Hello, hi, I am Kelly Adderton. I welcome you to our panel discussion about routines and ritual with skincare and how it relates to makeup. I am a longtime beauty editor. I am currently the beauty director at C Magazine. Before starting at C 2.5, almost 3 years ago, I was at Allure for almost 18 years. And before that, I was at Vogue and Vanity Fair. So I've been doing this beauty stuff for a long, long time. And I'm happy to say I still love it. And I'm very happy to be in the game with creatives such as the ladies who are joining us today. And I think what we'll do is we'll get started by having each of the three panelists introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about what they do. And we will take it from there. Why don't we start with Renee? Welcome. Hello. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. So my name's Renee. Thank you guys for inviting me onto this panel. I'm a makeup artist out here in LA, primarily working with celebrity, teen, young Hollywood, I guess you could say. I've been doing this for about 20 years. I just got my LinkedIn ping that it's been 21 years. So that's really crazy to me to know, to see how long I've been in this business. So I've been doing that for 21 years. And then now actually during quarantine, I've started doing research on Black-owned beauty brands. And I started a guide for people to purchase and stuff like that. It's on my website, but it's over 1,000 brands. And it's celebrating skincare, makeup, hair, men's grooming, candles, anything beauty related. So that's what I've been spending my time doing during quarantine.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, Renee. Okay, one more thing I want to add that I should have added to the intro was that, thank you, Glam High, for having us all. And thank you to Stuart Weitzman, who is our sponsor for this panel. And Renee, you hardly look like you could have been doing this for 21 years. I mean, and I say that with all sincerity. I'm not just, it's not just a line. Sarah, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, everyone, and thank you for having me. My name is Sarah Akram, and I am a master esthetician based right outside of Washington, D.C. in Old Town Alexandria. I also work in New York and LA, and what sets our skincare services apart from most other skincare services is that we have a non-invasive approach to skincare. There's no downtime associated with all the treatments that we do. It's very popular among celebrities and helping to prepare some of these celebrities for red carpet events. And we just have a natural approach to skincare. And that's what makes us unique and sets us apart.
Fantastic. And Tama, welcome.
Hello. My name is Tama Krinsky, and I'm a makeup artist. I've been doing makeup also for 20 years, which seems crazy. I think it's true. When you love what you do, it doesn't really feel like work. Although it's a challenging business, I still enjoy it so much. I worked in all facets of the business, from fashion to celebrity and everything in between. And I go between New York and Los Angeles. I'm a native New Yorker, and I kind of have to sneak that into every conversation. So there you go. Yeah, and that's it. I'm skincare obsessed on top of it all.
We love it. We love it. Well, talking about skincare, so we have two makeup artists here and a master esthetician. And those two worlds intertwine. We cannot separate one from the other. So I'd love to have each of you talk about the relationship between skincare, how you prep your clients for having the best canvas for makeup. And for Sarah, about how you get your clients red carpet ready before they go see their makeup artist. Because I think there's lots of tricks and tools that not everybody knows about that are applied to people who are getting in front of a camera that can also be used at home. And I think exploring the connection between the two is always interesting, because one is very hard to do and the other is ignored, meaning very, very hard to do beautiful makeup if you have a problematic canvas. And listen, we're all with problems, right? We're all trying to improve our skin. But there are things that everybody, and probably most importantly, people who are in front of the camera should be doing to take care of their skin, to give themselves the best canvas possible for beautiful makeup. Sarah, what do you do when your VIP clients are coming to you and they've got, let's say, either a photo shoot, a big cover shoot coming up, or they're going to be going down the red carpet? What would be your plan of attack with those clients? Like a timeline? How would you get started? What would you guide them
Sure.
to be doing?
Well, generally, I do work on these clients. For example, when I did the SAG Awards or the Emmys, I literally worked on a client the day before the big show. This is not something that I would recommend, like rule of thumb, for most people. But I know these clients, and I know their skin inside and out, and I know what their skin needs before these red carpet events. But it's taken time and to get to know their skin, and I have a lot of experience, and so I have worked on my client's skin pretty close up to the event, even the day before. And so just depending upon their skin needs, there's a variety of services that I offer. Usually these services encompass some type of exfoliation, whether it's a professional chemical peel. Usually I do something gentle right before the big show, enough just to slough off the buildup on the skin to expose their beautiful skin underneath. I just like to get the buildup off the skin. I don't like to do anything too aggressive that would cause any kind of redness or irritation in the skin. And I also like to incorporate some kind of a microcurrent into my treatment just to help to lift and sculpt the muscles. It really helps to bring definition to the cheekbones and kind of a little lift to the eyebrows and forehead. And they really appreciate that, because I have found that a lot of my clients like a very natural look for the red carpet. And they just want beautiful, dewy looking skin. And so I also, something that I incorporate into my treatments is something that's called negative ion infusion. And it's kind of this like LED dome that goes over my client's face that basically it's an LED panel, but it also infuses negative ion infusion into the skin, and that really helps to plump the skin. It brings a lot of vitality to the skin. It really helps to give a very rejuvenated look, and that has just been a big success for me and my clients. And so those are some of the things that I do behind the scenes. I obviously know that these clients can't, people can't do this type of treatment themselves at home. And I have instances where, I've had a client that's been, having to get to a fitting, having to go get hair and makeup done, getting hair color done or whatever. And they're like, I can't fit everything in. Sarah, can you please just like tell me what I can do at home? Because I don't think I'm in a pinch and I don't think I'm going to be able to get to you. And can you make some recommendations as to what I can do at home just to get that nice, beautiful glow going for the red carpet? And those same tips that I'm giving to my clients are the same tips I give to my clients here at my boutique every day. And it may not be the same as getting the full treatment done, but it yields big results for what it is. And it's the closest thing you're going to get for an at-home treatment to getting that beautiful glow on your skin. It sort of mimics the results of the facial, but just kind of like a sped up, more convenient version.
Okay, I'm sitting here chomping at the bit. What is it? Like, tell me. Do tell. I'm about to get out my notepad and take notes.
So basically, I always believe in like a 3-step cleanse. I call it a triple cleanse. So basically, I provide tutorials on how my clients can do this. You can also find it on my Instagram page at Sarah Akram Skincare. But I always like to start off my facial treatments, whether it's in the treatment room or I'm instructing somebody to create their own regime at home, to start with the facial massage. And so you take
as part of the cleansing. So are you doing it with like a cleansing oil, like massage or cleansing oil into your face?
Yeah, so you take a few drops of like a cleansing oil that's not going to clog your pores, something that's
Do you have a
light.
favorite?
I do. It's by Environ. It's called Pre-Cleansing Oil by Environ.
Great.
And so you take a few drops of this, and in an upward motion, upward strokes, everything, you want to lift everything up. Gravity's pulling everything down. So you want to, like, you know, pull everything up. So you're going to do like effleurage strokes and just work on really massaging your face for like a good 3 to 5 minutes. Just upward strokes, gentle around the eyes. You know, use your ring finger just to, you know, get around the eyes in a circular motion. If you know how to do lymphatic drainage, it's just a little bit of pumping around the eyes to help depuff. And so that's what you do. And then you don't wash off the oil. You add a cleanser, a milk cleanser preferably. It could be gel if you're more of an oily skin type, but I prefer milk. And you massage that in on top of the oil, and you get that going for a good 2 or 3 minutes in an upward motion. And you'll start to notice that you feel like your skin, it feels like it has a little bit of heat, and that's okay. That's perfectly normal. You're heating up your muscles. It's just like, you know, when you start a workout and you're heating up your muscles, and you know, you're starting off with like a
getting the blood flowing.
Yeah, getting the blood flowing.
flowing.
And all of that. And I have to say, the reason why I start my facials this way is because when you get that blood flow going, it's more prepared to receive all the other steps that you're going to do, and you're going to get better results because you have that heat on your muscle. After that, don't wash off your milk cleanser. I literally take a clay mask, whatever your favorite clay mask is. I'm a big fan of the Environ line. I love the hydrating clay mask. It has kaolin in it. It's very purifying to the skin. I take a palmful of that, and I massage that on top of the oil, on top of the cleansing milk. And this is what I call a 3-step cleanse. So it's layered up. You emulsify everything. And then you just take some aesthetic wipes, which you could just get off of, you know, Amazon, lint-free aesthetic wipes. You know, put a little cool water in an upward motion, wipe it all off. And your skin feels so refreshed after doing this. It's like amazing. You've just spent like, you know, 5 to 10 minutes, you know, getting the blood flow going and layering up your products, getting it nice and thick, emulsifying on the skin. And it just does such an amazing, you'll see a difference just doing that. And we haven't even gotten to the exfoliation part that you can do at home.
I have to say, I thought that I knew how to wash my face well. I thought I was doing really pretty good on the days I did double cleanses, which I tried to do a lot. But a triple cleanse, explaining the way you just explained it, is like a revelation. So thank you. I mean, the detail of that alone, getting all that, the juices flowing, getting your lymph moving, and the blood pumping to your face, is fantastic. And also, I would have been the dummy who wiped everything off in between.
Right. No, you just keep layering it on, and it's very relaxing. It's very therapeutic.
Thank you so much. So, Renee, I'm going to start with you because you have a younger clientele, I'm assuming, than Tama, since you're doing Young Hollywood. How do you get young people who have, you know, usually better skin than older people? They're not really dealing with a lot of the aging issues. How do you get them to pay attention to cleaning their face? And how do you teach them when they're in the chair? What are you saying to them as you're prepping them? And how do you prep them for when they're going to be on the red carpet or at a shoot or at a junket or whatever?
Yeah. Well, first, like, it's, you know, it's very hard for them to understand how to take care of their skin, because they're 14, 15, 16, 17, even 18, you know, it's hard for them unless it's put right in front of them. Like, I can't tell them something, because then they're, you know, the kids today, it's in one ear and out the other, thinking about, you know, all kinds of different things. So I like to recommend and literally text them or email them the actual thing to get for beforehand, you know, just to help their skin with any, you know, problems they have. And yes, their skin is more or less perfect, but, you know, they're teens, you know, older teens, younger teens, so they get like little acne thing. So I like to recommend like super simple skincare products that just come in a pack together. Like Caring is one, K-A-R-Y.
Karen Grossman's?
Yeah, Karen Grossman. Yeah. So it's just like, you know, everything is there. The gentle skin cleanser, the eye cream, some of them don't need eye cream, but once you get a little bit older, they'll, you know, need a little bit of hydration under their eyes. And it comes with a moisturizer, and I really like that line because they have two different sunscreens, one that's light medium and one that's medium to dark. And so for any, you know, it works with a good range of skin tones. You know, it just sinks right into any skin tone. And then it's always good for them to wear sunscreen, because if they have any acne and they've picked it and then they get hyperpigmentation, the sunscreen helps to block that sun from making it darker. So that's what I like to do. Definitely recommending a simple skincare plan for them. But then when they're getting red carpet ready, I mean, the skin has to be hydrated. And that's what I do notice with my young Hollywood clients, is that this, you know, as young people, you're just not thinking about that. No. So their skin never, you know, especially like around the nose and like the chin area, you know, here it gets a lot of built up, and really
they get the little redness. They get a lot of redness around here. They get a lot of
redness. So I don't want to aggravate that by putting anything harsh on their skin. So I like to do just like really simple oils and moisturizers. And like Sarah was saying, I like to massage the skin. I'll do it with a jade roller just to get things in, you know, I'll put a little bit of oil on there and kind of massage it in there, and they really like that. Actually, they think it's like hilarious when I do that. So yeah, I like to get things that are hydrating, spraying them with like a rose water, putting an oil on top, and then just like pressing it in before I apply moisturizer. And I have to make sure that the skin is, and even the neck is, extremely hydrated. Not too much where it's, you know, they're gonna be a, you know, glowy mess, but you know, there's all kinds of different dry patches and sensitivity. So just making sure everything is like sunken into the skin really good.
And how do you convince them? Because I've got teens at home, and I keep trying to tell them, you know, we're all sort of indoctrinated at a very young age that when you're treating your skin as a teenager, that you go to war with it and you strip it, and you learn to think that that super dry, tight feeling is good for you, but we all know it's terrible.
Right.
Do you have success when they're in the chair and like switching the narrative for them? Because I know as a mom, they don't listen to me at all. So, and I sit there and I'm like, this is what I do for a living. Like I could talk to you guys about your skin all day long, but it would take somebody else to actually get it to sink in.
Yeah, usually, I mean, that's exactly what you said. When someone else comes in besides the parent, you know, telling them what to do, then they listen, you know?
Yeah.
And then, like you said, I do like to tell them, you know, don't use, you know, like what we used back in when we were teenagers, like benzoyl peroxide, all those.
Yeah, benzoyl peroxide.
Yeah, that dried our skin out. That's so bad for your skin.
Yeah, so, you've seen all the memes going around about St. Ives apricot scrub.
Yes. Oh my God.
There've been.
Yeah, totally. So all those things, I'm like, I ask them, what do you use? Okay, let's not use that anymore. And then, you know what? Sometimes I'll just actually get them, because, you know, they may forget, their parents, you know, may forget as well. So I'll just actually sometimes get the products for them and send it to them, or bring it to the next time, just so they have it, and then they're using it consistently.
Right. We all need one of you, Renee, in our lives with our teens. I can tell you that. Tama, so tell me about your routine when you've got somebody in your chair and you are prepping their skin for the best makeup application. I know being on, too many shoots to count, somewhere in the 500 range. I always love watching the makeup artist prep skin, because I think I said this to you guys before, I really think an esthetician should be on set too. I think that the best skin you're gonna get is if they have a little mini facial, then go into makeup, and you guys don't have to do the skin prep, and you can go straight into applying makeup. Wouldn't that be amazing? That's when you're gonna get your plumpest, most beautiful skin. Yeah. But because there's no budget for estheticians, sadly, it falls into the makeup artist's hand. And you guys, I've watched so many different unbelievable, the skin prep tends to be 3/4 of the time. The makeup application is so much easier once the skin has been properly prepped on set. So Tama, take us through how you prep somebody in the chair, because admittedly your clients are going to be more in the 20s to 60s range, whereas Renee had the younger kids with their own issues. But tell us like what you do, how you get them looking perfect for you to start applying foundation.
Yeah. Well, skin prep is the longest part of my process, without a doubt. It doesn't matter if I'm starting at 3 a.m. or, 5 p.m. It doesn't matter. And sometimes it's a good 20 to 30 minutes, depending on what's happening. Yeah. I often don't have as much time as I'd like. So you kind of have to budget what's going on. A lot of my clients are really compliant with their own skincare routine, which is really lucky. But that doesn't mean that it's always like that. So whether it's a photo shoot or a red carpet, we all sound the same, right? Like you have to hydrate and you have to move the face, manipulate and hydrate the skin. I will probably go to my grave saying that to everybody, but it is the most important. Your makeup is not going to sit nicely if your skin isn't going to receive it. And it's not going to receive it if it's dry or extremely tired. And often that's what I am dealing with. So I like to start with clean skin. Hopefully people show up that way. They don't always. I like micellar water. I can't pronounce it, but I like the Bioderma. The Bioderma for sensitive skin. I'll like saturate a cotton pad with that and just clean. And then I go into an oil, which I will do a couple of drops in my hands, press that into the skin. Oh,
Which
sorry, I'll do a hydrating mist. And that is my trick, right? Because you can watch how the skin starts to absorb the moisture. So if it's not going super quickly, then I know that I'm dealing with dehydrated skin. I'll do another mist, then some oil that I start to press in. And that's when I do my massaging. I like to start with the neck, open all those channels up. I usually go down, but Sarah just taught me a lesson. I'll probably start going up. But I open the neck up. Yeah.
When you're doing lymphatic drainage, you technically are supposed to go in a downward motion. But if you're trying to do kind of more of a lifting, so if they're puffy, then go ahead and do lymphatic drainage. But if they're tired and they need more of a lift, then do it in an upward motion.
This is like my master class from
Me too.
So open the neck up and then I start to go upwards, either with a tool like a gua sha stone or a jade roller or my hands. It's usually my hands just because I need to be quick. And I start from sort of the top and work everything upwards and then pull everything down, like my little claw paws. I just start to pull everything down. And people will say, like, I feel like my sinuses are draining or like my ears just popped. So just, move everything around as much as possible. And then I usually pat in a moisturizer. That depends on the skin type I'm dealing with. If they're oily to dry, I have my favorites. And then if need be, sunscreen, and then move on from there. Exfoliate the lips, like do all of that so that from there, I can actually go really fast with makeup because I've been doing that for 20 years. So I kind of know what's happening, especially if there's been pre-production. It is different on the professional side of things than it is if I'm giving a friend skincare tips, because also the order and the types of products I'm using have to do with what I want the person to look like at the end. So if they want to be more matte than dewy, it just depends. That's how I work out my products. But what I have learned and what I've always actually prioritized is the skin prep, because that's how I lay my canvas. And if I don't have control over that, if for some reason someone is late or their flight is delayed or they just got pushed forward on their red carpet time or they got bumped up on a talk show, and I don't have that time, I'm always like, that's when I'm stressed out because I have way less control. And then I have to, trust and pull out other tricks. But yeah, that's my process. And that's
couple of questions. So what is your go-to oil for massaging? Because you didn't differentiate. You sort of said after the oil step is you do the spray, the misting spray. But after that is when you sort of mix around based on their individual needs, because you test the hydration level. Yeah. So what is your go-to oil and what is your hydration spray?
My hydration spray is the Josh Rosebrook Hydrating Accelerator. It smells lovely. Everybody tends to love it. It's not heavy at all, and it doesn't make the skin oily. It truly is just like a liquid hydrator. I don't know what sort of magic is in it, but it smells lovely. It's uplifting. It's really amazing. And the packaging is super light, which I'm always really into for work and myself. And then oils, I tend to find that things that are based in rose are kind of universally accepted. If we're to being real specific, I find that rose oil is absorbed the easiest by at least most of the people I work on. There's a independent line by a woman in New York that I love called Odile Beauty, and her rose oil is super light and you can layer it. So like I'll do 4 drops, and then if I need 4 more or 2 more, or I'll even press it in at the very end. If someone is a little dry, press it in on the forehead, high points of the cheekbones, use it on the lips. I really love that one a lot, and I tend to go to that one. And she's a lovely person, and I've actually never met her, but I really do love her oil.
Right. Have you ever tried Soma Ayurvedic?
I haven't.
They have a lovely, it's an Ayurveda line there's only a few products in it, but they have a beautiful rose oil vitamin C serum is what they call it, but it's really an oil. And then also Freck Beauty, which is an LA-based like kind of hipster brand. They have a prickly pear oil, it's called their cactus oil, and it's a dry oil. And I always think of dry oils for your body, and this one on your face is really nice final step. It smells outrageously good, and then it also, because it has that dry oil finish to it, it absorbs in without having any sort of a greasy or oily texture after. Those are 2 that I really like. They're really nice. But yeah, I think I love where we've come in the industry with our relationship to oils, because go back 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and oil was like a bad word. Everybody shied away from it. And the truth is, it's like a lifesaver for a lot of people, isn't it? I mean, most people, even oily people, do better with oil.
Yeah.
So what about, have you guys seen some common mistakes that people are making with their skincare that A, makes it harder on you as makeup artists, and B, presents, Sarah, a problem, what are you correcting people with? I think there's been in the industry a big move towards being a little less aggressive with your skin barrier, being more respectful of that. That's just my little 2 cents here, but I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about some mistakes you see your clients doing that really does adversely affect their skin in relation to, looking their best, getting their makeup done, going to events. Like what is a big mistake that we could try to talk people out of making? I'm
going to jump in and say that,
okay.
There comes a time where you need to see a professional. I don't have a magic wand. I'm working to get an amazing result for a temporary period of time. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an esthetician. And I genuinely don't have magic makeup brushes. As much as I wish I did, I can correct things so that they look fantastic for a short amount of time. So I have had clients where I've had to talk them into seeing an esthetician or a dermatologist or their general doctor. And I say this all the time also, if your stomach hurt for 6 months, you would go to the doctor. You wouldn't go to see a makeup artist. So it's the same thing. If you're having recurrent problems, you should seek a professional, hopefully someone that is licensed, either a medical professional or an esthetician, because there's only so much I can do. I have temporary skills. So mine would be to please seek out professional help if you have a recurring problem. If you keep getting a rash on your jawline, or you have hyperpigmentation or hypopigmentation, or you have dry spots that keep coming back, that's not something that I can fix forever.
And are you saying that your clients are self-prescribing and self-treating and making it worse?
Yes, because there's actually way too much information via our phones or computers. You can Google something and you'll find that there is a cream for that, or
Right.
an oil for that, or a tool for that. And that's great for something that doesn't keep coming back. So, you know, there does come a point where you do have to see somebody that knows what they're doing. I mean, I have a dermatologist that I see, you know, that I love going there. It's like my favorite place to go. And I love getting facials because I know that I don't know enough to fix things that are like real problems, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Self-diagnosing and letting it go too far is a big problem. And I think you're right. I think so much information out there. We all think we're doctors, or I think we're all dermatologists or estheticians, you know, and we try to self-treat, which, you know, I have rosacea, and I am absolutely certain that I did it to myself through all the years of testing products and not listening to my own skin when it was telling me that it was too harsh, and thinking that, like exercising, no pain, no gain. It's really, I've learned that that's just not true when it comes to skincare. That like your skin should be happy all the time. That's been my big lesson in life, is that if my skin isn't happy, I need to just get rid of whatever I'm doing to it that is making it unhappy. Sarah, I'm curious what you see people coming in doing that you wish you could shake it out of them. Stop.
Oh my gosh, so many things. I don't even know where to start. I can totally relate to what Renee was saying earlier, and also so what Tama was saying earlier, that you know, sometimes I have clients that come in and they're younger, you know, actors or actresses, and they don't take care of their skin at all. So that's when you want to like just shake them and be like, you know, you need to take better care of your skin, make sure you're staying out of the sun, that you are wearing sunscreen. Yes, you do have to wear sunscreen even if it's cloudy outside. And so that can be frustrating, but also on the opposite end of the spectrum, it's also frustrating when you have somebody come in who's just literally experimenting with every single thing, and they have over exfoliated their skin and has you know, maybe caused some damage. And so I have seen that too. I think that sometimes I find it interesting when I have a client come in and they're like, oh, you know, my favorite blogger, influencer, you know, is pitching this product and this is what they're using, and you know, their skin looks amazing, and they think that if they start using it, it will have the same results for them. And skincare for me, it's a very bespoke thing. It's everybody's skin is different. Everybody has different skincare needs. And there's so much, like you guys were saying earlier, information overload out there about the industry and about all the different products, that now is the time to, better than ever any time before, I think, to sync up with a professional who's reputable, who has, you know, and get some advice. We do complimentary consultations. People can call, and we give complimentary virtual consultations all the time, just because I am so passionate about people not going down the wrong road with their skin, because sometimes there is irreversible damage if it goes too far. So yeah, that's both sides. People who don't take care of their skin, people who like are overdoing it. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to cover it. Renee, what about you with the younger clientele? I mean, you must be seeing a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, but you get to nip them in the bud.
I get to nip them in the bud, but just like Sarah said, yeah, the younger clients, it's either they don't want to take care of their skin, they're not thinking about it, or it's like literally over exfoliating so much where the skin is like, and everything just slips off of the skin. It's like, you know, it's not, it has no, I guess, barrier to it. Everything just kind of slips off. And so, and that's coming from, you know, the over exfoliating is coming from them watching YouTube things and seeing, you know, their peers recommending these things, and they are just, you know, they constantly keep doing it, and it's ruining their skin. So I, you know, right along with Sarah and Tama, is I always recommend you have to go see, and this is even in my family too, you know, they always ask me questions like, what should I do for this? What should I do for that? The main thing is to either go see an esthetician or go see a dermatologist, you know, because yeah, like Tama said, I'm not a magician. I can make it look good temporarily, but you know, they should seek out professional. I mean, I like you, I've used so many products where I get this like little red spot here now. That's from using so many, you know, tons of different products. But, you know, I've always been a stickler to go to my esthetician. I go to Noelle at True Botanicals. She's amazing out here in LA, to help treat that so that I don't ruin my skin, you know?
And what do you guys think about, few of you have mentioned the influence of YouTube videos of the skincare industry being sort of turned into entertainment and how that has affected people. I mean, I know that I watch some people's accounts, like Wildling does gua sha tutorials, and it's like meditation. It's super relaxing. I love watching it. I know it isn't going to hurt me, but like you said, there's a lot of YouTubers and Instagrammers out there showing multiple step processes, you know, maybe making recommendations that are perfect for them but not for other people. I'm just curious about your idea of like when skincare became entertainment and how that's affected people that you know, your clients.
I think when the big just the big boom of Instagram makeup and YouTube makeup influencers and skincare influencers, that was, I think, about 10 years ago. I think that it became just like so popular. Now it's just growing and growing and growing. And people want, you know, they just want a quick fix. And they think when they see something that somebody else is doing that may have, you know, similar skincare issues that they have, and that worked for them, you know, that it'll work, you know, for that person who's looking at the channel. But like Sarah said, everyone's skin is different. And everything is not going to work on you that works on an Instagram person or a YouTube person. And so I like to say, you know, if you're watching those, and even with makeup, you know, don't do the entire skincare routine or makeup routine that they're doing, because it might not be the right products for you, but take one or two things from that and try it out and see if it works, you know?
Right. I have to say I'm a little cynical with some of it, because a lot of them are shot with filters, and
for sure,
that it's very hard to explain to friends who are asking me, did you see so-and-so's routine last night? I'm like, yeah, but I really couldn't get past the filter they were using that softened everything. So we actually don't know what her real skin looks like. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of illusions out there, but it's interesting to, you know, have to explain this to your clients. I'm sure is something you guys are doing day in and day out. What are some of the things that you guys think are a universal plus, like an ingredient that everybody should look at? I know, Tama, you mentioned rose oil, which I agree with. It seems to be very gentle for everyone. But what is something that you could tell people to look for? That, I mean, for me, I know niacinamide has been a great addition to my routine because it helps with my redness and my rosacea. But what are some ingredients you guys are excited about that you think are more universal? So less harsh, things to look forward to using. You know, hyaluronic acid has been something people talk about a lot, but there's been a little bit of controversy about how to use it properly. So I'm just curious if you guys have some hero ingredients that you like to look for and recommend. Sarah, what about in your practice?
Yeah, I have a couple, but my absolute favorite is retinol. And so there is a difference between Retin-A and retinol. Retin-A is the prescription, and it's synthetic, and there could be side effects. It is the only ingredient when it comes to, as far as like results are concerned, that has been proven to actually make an improvement in the skin, as far as helping to improve the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, helping to improve any type of hyperpigmentation, helping to reduce blemishes or scarring on the face. So for these more severe skin conditions, you can, you know, go to your dermatologist and get a prescription for Retin-A and just know that there is a possibility for side effects and things like that. However,
and the side
my
effects are like
personal
redness and dryness, irritation.
irritation, flaking.
Right.
I mean, some people may not respond well to it, but it is an ingredient that does yield big results in comparison to all the other ingredients out there. And you know, other ingredients claim to do these same things, but I'm not sure that it's been proven the way it has with Retin-A. However, I'm all about a natural approach. That is my mantra. If there's a natural solution to something, that's the road that I 9 times out of 10 want to take.
Right.
And so there are a lot of products on the market, serums and moisturizers that have retinol ingredients in them, like little doses of it. There's all kinds of different products. If you find one, my personal favorite is a step-up system by Environ Skincare. I don't know why I keep on going back to Environ. We have other lines here, such as Biologique Recherche and Vintner's Daughter, that are amazing lines, but the Environ line has this amazing step-up system, and it gives your skin the ability and the opportunity to acclimate to the ingredients. It's a step-up system. So eventually, over time, I always like to say it's a marathon, not a sprint. Over time, you will get the same results that a Retin-A prescription grade product will offer you. It's a slower road to getting there. It's retinol is a gentler formulation. It's targeting all the same skin concerns that Retin-A targets, the prescription formulation of it. It's just that retinol is natural and it's a slower road, but it's safe and it usually works for most people. Like I would say that like 90% of people are okay to use retinol. So
Yeah,
some
I told
level
you.
of it. Some
I
form
have
of it.
rosacea, and they're definitely, I find I can use retinols now when they're in oils. Works really well for me. Whereas I couldn't, Retin-A was too harsh. I turned like so red and flaky. But now that there's these retinols that are in oils, the oil combination works really well for me, and I have extremely sensitive skin.
Yeah,
That's
and
been a big game changer.
they have retinol in all different types of products, so you kind of have to find the one that's best suited for you.
Yeah.
Which is why I like this step-up system, because you can start on a very low level and see how your skin responds to it.
Right.
And depending upon how your skin responds to it, also your skin needs to get used to the ingredient as well and build a tolerance to it. And depending upon how your skin responds to it, then you can gradually start to graduate to those higher levels and doses that yield the bigger results. You know what I mean?
Right.
For the elasticity, if you have concerns of collagen production and elasticity and all those other concerns. So yeah, I just like the Environ step-up system, but you know, you can find these retinol ingredients in all kinds of different products these days, masks and serums and moisturizers. You just have to find the one that's best suited for you. In your case, it's the oil.
Yeah, that's just me.
Ladies, we have about a few minutes left if we want to work through some closing comments.
Okay. All right. So I thought it'd be fun for our closing comments to just do what everybody loves and just talk about 2 or 3 of your absolute favorite products right now. It doesn't have to be skincare. It doesn't have to be makeup, just whatever it is you're loving at the moment, because we're all much more, you know, we're at home all the time now and playing with things. So I don't know about you guys, but I've discovered a few things at home that I don't normally gravitate towards that I'm using much more now. So I'll start with, I love Girl Crush by Sunny Space lipstick. That to me, I wear it all the time, even when I'm going nowhere. I love having a bright lip. And I'm really into Bronzino by Tower 28. I love it. It comes in 2 different colors. So it's a little bronzing cream. And I just sort of play around with it. It makes me feel like I've been to the beach and my skin glows. And I can work with the 2 different colors. One has more of a golden undertone and one has more of I think the West Coast is more golden and West Coast, it has a redder tone. And I just play around with those. I don't know. Kosas has a great bronzer. I'm really into bronzers at the moment. Freck has a great fake freckle product. Dior has their lip tattoo. I could keep going. I got to shut up. But Dior has a fantastic lip tattoo. Ilia has a beautiful sunscreen serum that it comes in a color you know, 50 different colors. I don't know. Those are the ones I'm going to the most right now. So there's my mouthful, which I just spewed off like 10 products. So Tama, what are you loving at the moment?
The Christophe Robin, like color correcting conditioner has been a lifesaver for me because I haven't been able to get a haircut or do anything like that in a while. The Kypress body elixir I've been loving, like a little bit in the bath, or I've been putting it on before a shower and then using an exfoliating glove. It just feels really like spa-like, and the smell is beautiful. I've been wearing perfume lately at home, and I love the whole Heretic line. So just putting a little bit of perfume on in the day makes me feel like I'm actually.
Which one's your favorite? Dirty what?
Oh, the Holy Water is my favorite.
Oh, I
without
haven't
a
smelled
doubt.
that one.
It
I
smells
love all
to
the
me
dirties.
like just heaven, but just like
Why
just
do I
wearing,
not know about this? What is this?
Heretic. They're the ones who make my vagina smells like, or
I
don't know. What's the other one? My orgasm smells like.
Those
He's fantastic. This guy Douglas. He's LA based. He just makes these really sexy, luscious smelling fragrances. But he has a series called Dirty. So there's like Dirty Rose, Dirty Jasmine, Dirty Grass. I mean, there's just
Cool.
It's a really, they're fresh and complicated and just yummy, really good. He's such a genius. Yeah,
they have lasting power too. Yeah, just wearing a lipstick or a perfume or doing anything with my hair, or like putting on what I'm calling outdoor clothes lately has been a lifesaver, and treating myself to a bath or anything like that.
A nice ritual.
Yeah, exactly.
God, when you mentioned the exfoliating glove, how much you guys missing like a good body scrub at a Korean spa? I'm dying for one. Just dying.
It's all the stuff we took for granted. Like
I know.
all those coffee dates I blew off with friends, and like anytime I just like went to the spa and didn't like literally live it up. I can't wait to do stuff like that again.
Same. Okay, Sarah, what are you loving?
Right now, God, there's so many things that I like to do as far as skincare at home. For me, it really is, I don't put on makeup every day like today or do my hair. So I'm always layering on skincare products and things like that. And right now, I just really like these like sheet masks by Nesco. It's really neat because it's these different sheet masks depending there different chakras associated with whatever mood you're in, but they work really well. They have amazing serums like hyaluronic acid, and the formulation in it just really brightens your skin. It's these sheet masks that you put on, and they have one for your décolleté, for your neck, for under your eyes. They even have an awesome lip mask if your lips are dehydrated or chapped. And it just leaves your skin feeling very refreshed, and I love it.
These are the gold ones and the rose quartz ones and the black ones.
Yes.
They have all those cool colors and stuff.
Yeah, and it just like makes your skin feel really great and refreshed, and especially if you're just like tossing your hair up in a bun, and you know, you just do that mask for 20 to 40 minutes. It's very relaxing. You take it off, you put on a little bit of sunscreen, and out you go. It's super easy, and your skin looks dewy and beautiful and healthy, and I like it. It's easy. It's like one step.
I'm throwing one on when I get home. Okay, Renee, what are you loving?
So for skincare, I'm loving this new brand. She only has 2 products actually, a face oil and a face spray. But the oil, it's by Yanzi Skincare. It's called Glow Serum. So it's a light oil, but it just sinks into the skin. You are left with gorgeous glowing skin. It smells delicious. And then another brand called Mad Moisture Beauty. I just found out about this brand, but they have this mist that it's called Glow. So everything I like has to be related to glow. So it's called Glow Illuminating Mist. And you can spray it any time of the day. It's just like a refresher spray, but it smells like a mix between rose, amber, and sandalwood on the lighter side. It smells so good. Like,
does it have like shimmer to it?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. And then for makeup, same as you, Kelly, Tower 28. Literally, I have on both of the Bronzinos and then one of her cream blushes. I love her line so much.
So much.
All her products, her lab, one of her lip glosses on, everything is really melts into the skin. So I love the Bronzinos. I love her lip gloss. I even love her spray. And the Kosas bronzer is absolutely perfect. There's 3 colors. I do the lightest one on myself just to like give a light bronzy, but it's so like seamless. It's like
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for my hair, I did a virtual haircut, but I love this product. One of my hairstylists literally did a virtual haircut for me.
Oh my God. So you were cutting as they were instructing you.
Yeah. So she was like, shake your hair out. And it was like over an hour long. We're just like cutting, like, and she's like,
oh my God.
Wow.
It looks great.
Yeah.
I'd be too scared to do that.
I was scared. I was shaking the whole time. I was so scared. But the product that I use to like help with the frizz and define the curls is from Jane Carter. You can get it you can get it online on her store, on Amazon, Target, but it's a curl control cream. It's really light. I like a really light cream for my curls.
Yeah. Nice. I could sit and talk about Tower 28 all day, because if I have time at home, I'll play with all the colors at once.
Yeah.
Like they all work really well together. And you know, because I've had more time to do my makeup, layering on those different colors, the blush colors that she has really looks like a natural tan.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you go across your nose and you sort of, and I just love how they're universal. They really, each color works for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
Which I think is very hard to create.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
ladies,
hard.
I wish everyone would do that.
I know. Because like even the bronze colors are such different undertones, and I use them for totally different reasons, and it works to create a very natural look. I don't know. I love cream blushes too. I could go to town with them for, I don't know. As I get older, I become like a real blush person.
Yeah.
Cream is so much
Very good
easier to work with,
information.
too.
Now I have 2 things I need to look into: Tower 28 and the perfume you were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, gosh,
Looking
guys,
up
we
all
could do
your
this.
skincare.
We could do it all day. I can sit and talk products with you forever, because I seriously am making mental notes on everything. I think I have the Mad Moisture Spray, the Josh Rose, but I mean, all of them. The Environ, I love that you were talking about that, because I think it's really makes skincare easy for people. You know, you finish your bottle, you can move on to the next one. I think it makes things really, really easy. I love when companies think things through like that. You know, Tower 28, the same thing. When it makes it easy, when it's like you don't have to put so much thought and energy into it. It just is like part of your life without it being stressful.
Yeah.
Ladies, this has been an amazing discussion. I'm so excited. We just need to wrap, but thank you so much for being here. Kelly, any final send off?
No, I just wanted to say thank you guys. This is literally my favorite way to spend any part of any day, which is talking beauty and sharing tips and secrets. And I mean, like I said before, we could probably do this for another 8 hours and not get bored. So I hope everybody who listens to this enjoys it and isn't bored either. So thank you. It's so nice to see you guys again. And I'm seriously, I'm literally signing off and like jotting down notes. So thank you guys so much, and have a great weekend.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.